Hello all and welcome. Today I am taking a look at mobile markets, a smartphone Inc. game. Now as CEO we are competing with other smartphone manufacturers on the global stage. There's planning, there's research, marketing, pricing, production and a host of other activity as we try to sell more and profit the most. Now this one is medium complexity. It plays 1 to 4, takes about 40 to 80 minutes, and we can see the designer and all the publishers there as well. So let's take a closer look, folks. So today we are taking on Steve Jr. in the solo playthrough. Now I probably will not get through all 5 rounds. I'll see if I can get through a round or 2 and really give you a good flavour of how you can play this game solo then. So Steve Jr.'s deck, I'm just going to pop out the camera view. There's a lot of stuff which I can't squeeze in, but he's going to be yellows and I am going to be blue. So I won't go too much into all of the rules. It'll all become pretty clear as I just play through. But what have we got then? We've got our manufacturer, our board here. We're going to represent how many goods we produce, what our net profit is, what specifications are going to go into our phone. Now, I have done an overview and a run through video, so if you want to check out those just to get a bit more insights to all the rules and stuff, do so. You've got base costs and cost of manufacturing. Steve Jr., now he's not going to do a fat lot with here other than keep a track of his net profit and his goods produced, because it will say a lot of detail on the card. Now I've put the deck sort of near the planning section because that card will be revealed once I have made my planning decisions. So to begin with then, preparation. We are preparing our organisation to make phones and hopefully sell them to the public market and hopefully our private market, which you always have to do first. So we reset the price markers to 5. Now Steve is going to go first, and typically in multiplayer games you've got this initiative. We've got an initiative of 1. And I like to pop this just under here, and it kind of reminds me that during the profit phase I'll have this particular action. I also start with a specification of one of my phones, which is 5G, which I'll just sort of hover down below there. Now Steve himself doesn't start with any of these either, so he's just got that blank canvas. What we're doing then, we've set our markers to 5. Yep, so leftmost will be first, so Steve is currently first and I will be second. We reveal the top event card then, so I'll bring this into play. What have we got? Uprising, Tiger, Renewed Dragon. So there's an economic boom in Southeast Asia which has boosted mobile sales. So I can see this starting card, which just goes under this event slot, is 1 player here. So this is the number of customers coming out. And I'm going to cover up the bottom section so I can see the number of customers that are coming out. So in terms of the flow of a round, we're working from preparation all the way from left to right. We're going to go through all those. The prices work their way from 2 to 8 to sort of, so these are doing multi-purpose there. Event cards here, and I'll go through what some of these other bits and bobs as we do. So we're doing the event, and we are going to skip number 3 to 5, because that's all about refilling cards and discarding the ones. We'll do that. We don't do that in the initial round. We'll do that after round 1 and so on. So we are now going to add new customers to the market. We've got 2 green ones. So just our camera view, I've got these customers who like varied phones. I've got regular customers and complex. So we have 2 green visible. We're going to take 2. We've got 3 in total for regular. So 1, 2, 3, and we've got 2 complex customers as well. So I'll just take these back out of view. Now you reveal these and you're matching the numbers up to the prices. So the 3 matches the 3, and you want to, I can't move these much lower, so I might have to bunch a few of these up. So we've got 4s, we've got 6 and 8 and 7. That worked out. Okay, we can see all our customers. So that is literally the preparation phase. So over to planning then. Now it says all the details on here, which is really nice. So we're going to arrange our 2 pads. So you've got a pad with a white marker at the top and a black marker, and these are to make out a management decision. So it says in here, at least one of the squares of the lower pad must be covered, and at least one of the squares of the lower pad must remain visible. So you can't just do that, and you can't have them separate. You have to at least cover one. So what are we going to do then? So I am looking at the market. I have no idea what pricing is going to be in play at the moment. And I have 5G as my starting card. I've got these guys are after, so how these customers work then, they're after a phone that is up to a price of 3. Anything more is too expensive. Or they're willing to pay any price if you have these functionalities below. So this little symbol is in reference to like a nice camera, and it's got 3 stars, and this one as well. These guys will pay up to 4, and that's it, just regular customers. They'll pay up to 6. These will pay up to 7, but you need the little plus symbol, one of these symbols here, so the sharing capability or 8K. And these guys will pay up to 8, and the phone needs 3 stars. So I am thinking that I want a price kind of in the middle here so I can take advantage of these customers. Now, the way the board's sort of set up, which I really like, is that where your token is your price of your phone, and it means sort of the customers to the right in general will definitely buy that phone on price alone. But obviously you need the complex customers to meet their abilities, and these will not buy on price, but may buy on the technologies you have. So 5G is not one single customer wants 5G. So I'm now looking at the technology cards. So when it comes to buying these later on, I can buy up to 1 of these and as many of these as I want. The Steve Jr. is going to have an impact. Now I'm looking at, do I want 8K? Not really. I need this gaming symbol? Not gaming, camera. And there is none. This isn't looking good. I'm probably going to have to rely heavily on having private customers, which means I'm not so reliant on how the market swings. Now, what's this one? Ignore 1 if your price is 4 or lower. +2 if there's no player of lower price. +1's these extra crates. 4, that's an end game one. So I'm probably going to pass on these for this round, and I'm going to focus my boards on marketing. So I've got 2 marketing here and I got 2 here. Now I probably want to reduce my price by 1, I'm thinking. So let's go something like that's going to increase my price. This is the joys, folks. Right, let's run with Let's run with this one. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, it'll mean something in a minute. I'll explain why I made that choice. So I've revealed it, and next it's the planning phase for Steve Jr. So what is he up to then? So we kind of have a stack of his cards, and I'm just running out of space, so we'll pop it here. So this is his functionality for his phone, and all of them will be applicable, and they'll come into play at the bottom. So we are, what does he say? Ignore 1 requirement. Okay, we'll come back to that. So pricing then. We're in pricing. We move over. And starting with himself, he will be priced at 6. And that's important he goes first because he will have first dibs at the price of 6. So he goes to 6 because that's what it tells you to do. Now, if I had happened to be priced at 6, obviously he's left most. I'd be going to the next spot, which means he would still be first player. So we've established the price. Myself then, I have got 1 plus and 2 negatives. So that's a combination of 1 reduction in my price. So I'm going to 4, which is what I plan to do. Okay, over to technology. Now that is the new turn order. I will be first because my phone is cheaper, more appealing to the masses, and Steve Jr. will be second. So I can do, hopefully, what I need to do. So technology then. I'm first, so I can buy up to 1 of these cards and or as many of these as I like. Now, I wasn't really focusing on these, so I'm just going to take... if I don't spend them all, I've got 2 visible. You see these 2, so I could spend up to 2. That costs 3 in the top. Now you can see on these cards, you got the cost at the top, which aspect of the round they're going to sort of play, and then the description of the bottom. So I'm just going to take 2 progress tokens and keep them for later on, so I can buy something, that's really a nice addition to my phone. Now you'll see, for example, this one. If I did buy 8K capability, it cost me 2, but there's a cost for that because it's kind of cheap technology. Whereas if I invested more with 4 later on, I could have this 8K and there's no cost. So that's the sort of technologies I'm aiming for. Now, Steve is up. So his technology says discard the lowest leftmost. Now, I've gone for a downward layout of the cards because I just can't fit them all horizontally. So discard the lowest cost leftmost. So it's going to work the way upwards here. So the lowest cost from this deck and this deck. So hopefully you can see it on the camera, but it's going to be the leftmost lowest on this one and the left on this one. So let me just read that again. Discard the lowest cost leftmost. So what we got? We've got a 3, 3, a 2 and a 2. So these two are tied as lowest. Leftmost is going to be this one. That's gone. We've got a 4, 2, 2, 3, 3. So the 2s, leftmost, yep, that's gone as well. Okay, Steve has done his business. Over to marketing. Now it's in reverse turn order, so he is going to be going first, and his says discard the lowest cost to the left. So we've got 2, 1, 3 and 1. So 1 is the leftmost, that's gone. Now it's me in marketing. This is what I really wanted. I got 1, 2, 4 symbols, but I'm not looking to buy one of these. So if you can buy one, that's fine, only up to 1. But any excess, you can acquire customer of your choice from the top of the deck. Now I want private customers because I've got really poor functionality on my phone. And I'm going to go for the blues. Now, the blues are the regular. They do range from 4, 5 and 6. And I'm priced at 4, so I know I can achieve these. I'm not necessarily going to take a gamble on these because I don't know the functionality they want. And I certainly can't attract them on price. And I don't want complex customers because, well, they're happy with the price. But again, I can't fulfill probably most of the functions. So I'm just going to go with 4 private customers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep these here to remind me. Okay. We've done marketing then. And it reminds you all on here nicely. Production then. So starting with myself, I can produce. So firstly, it reminds you on the event cards. There's 1 visible sign for the matching production. So I've produced 1 already. I look at my board. So you come back to these. I've got 2 visible. So I'm producing 2 more. Now, any covered up spots, for each covered up spot, you're going to gain an extra 1. So I'm covering up 1, I produce another good. Now, it doesn't matter what the icon is you're covering up. If I covered up all 4 of them, I'd get 4 products. But then it's limiting the things that are visible. So you've got to really think hard as to how you're going to utilise those. So that's my production. So over to Steve then. It says he's going to get 3 plus what's on the event cards then. So the event card is 1, and he's getting an additional 3 at 4. So that's his production. Over to sales, starting myself. So I now create my phone. Now, I'm not going to bother putting 5G on because no one wants it. And what's the point of putting 5G capability, an extra cost that no one wants? So I'll ignore that for now. And you can pick and choose. And each round you can pick and choose your phone again. So at the end of this round, if I did go 5G, I'll bring it off and I could bring something else on. So it's that lovely flexibility from round to round. So next thing you do, once you've decided on your specification and committed to it, is your net profit. Now, I am priced at 4, so, hold on. Oh, I've done the prices wrong, haven't I? No, what have I done the prices? I've done something wrong here. Yellow's at 6. Okay. I'm so used to playing as yellow in most games, I've got the wrong order. So we're still good. Yellow, which is Steve, is priced at 6. And I am priced at 4 at blue. Hopefully that's all run smoothly. Okay. So our price is 4. What's the cost of this phone? So even without any slots, you got a base cost of 1 because you're going to have to pay for the raw materials just to make the basic shell of it. So I'm going down to 3. Now, if I did fill at 5G, that little symbol means I'm going down 1 again. If I had completed all 3, filled it up with 3 different specifications, this dollar symbol would come into play if this spot is filled. So you can see how your net profit is diminishing. So at the moment, price of 4 minus the base, I've got a net profit of 3 for each phone I sell, but I'm only potentially selling up to 4. So this is the balance of trying to utilise how many products you're trying to make and then trying to get the most of technologies to bump this all up. So I have determined my net profit. Now I actually get to sell. So I will do all of this sales phase first and then Steve is up. So you have to sell to your private customers first. Right then, so we've got a 4, a 4, a 4 and a 4. They're all happy with my price of 4, just as I kind of assumed, and I'm going to sell all 4. So this is my sales pile, and I have matched the number of goods produced. So 4 and 4. I haven't even looked at the market. Now, if I did look at the market, you'd start from left to right, and it's bottom to top, and then you work your way along. So over to Steve then. Now, what's this say at the top here? So he's ignoring variety customers this round. I believe that's what it is. I'd probably, if I had the rule book handy, I'd have another look at that. And he's got a 1 requirement for the technology. So he's, I can't remember what that means. He's got, what's that? Well, I'd have to have a look at that one. So yeah, there's a good reference guide at the back to what these cars do, but yeah, I can't recall that one. So sales then. He is, well, what's he doing? So he's creating a product by placing, oh no, he's not doing that. He doesn't have these to do. This is probably the most confusing aspect of Steve Jr.'s figuring out his sales. So he says at the bottom, all 3 features. So any features that are free, so you can see at the moment, he's got this feature and there's no little dollar symbol. So he's going to be applying this symbol, and he can add up to 2 others. So later on in the game, if this cut, because these are random deck, they come out randomly, he can add up to 2 other features, starting from the bottom to the top with a dollar symbol. Now, I did forget at the beginning of the game, you can set how hard or easy you want this game. Now, if you want it really easy, you don't bring out any Steve Jr. cards. You have 0. Which I opted for. If you want to make it slightly harder, you can bring 1 out or 2 out if you want to make it even harder. So in doing so, having had, 2 of his cards out already, he would be starting off in a strong position of having more technologies to be more attractive to these customers. But for now, we've gone easy, so we've only got the 1. So we are then, so what have we done? So we've created this, we know what his customers are looking for. So he's got the ability to fold phones. We determine net profit. So the price is 6. His cost is just the base cost, so it's going to be a net profit of 5. So 6 minus the 1. He's got no costs here, and he could add up to 2, but he hasn't got them. It's really bugging me what that 1 plus requirement is. I will probably add that in the comments. I really can't remember what that symbol is, but he ignores the green customers if that's right. Okay, so he's got no private customers, so we're over to selling then to the public customers. Now, his price is 6. He's really overpriced. So these guys aren't interested. He has not got the capability. He's only got folded phones at the moment. These guys will not buy. These 2 will buy because it's up to a value of 6. Fine. His sales power is currently 2. These guys would buy on price, but they haven't got those capabilities, and they haven't got enough stars there as well. So he's sold to 2 customers. We've utilised that now. Okay, so we're over to profit then. Starting myself. I have sold a phone. I am going to get market share of 8. So I'm going up $8 on there for blue. I've got to remember to do blue. And they sold a phone, Steve Jr., and he's going to get a market share of $4. Now, if you didn't sell a phone, you're not participating of those bonuses and market share. Now, any cards I've got at the bottom for profit, so Steve won't ever have any, but mine is, during the profit phase, take 1 private green one from the deck if you don't sell all of your products. I did sell all of mine, so I'm not taking advantage of that for now. Then I literally, how many phones did I sell? 4, net profit of 3, 4 times the 3 is 12. So 4, I'm on $16 profit for my company. And I don't ever spend any of his profit. It's just a representation of victory points. What's Steve been up to then? So he's got no bottom trigger points, triggered cards, and he's got 2 phones sold at 5. So he's made 10. He's actually overtook me. He sold a phone less than me, but his net profit was considerably higher. So that worked out well for Steve. Okay, so discard any customers that you sold to. If you've got any private ones left, keep those. And remember, you have to go sell to your private first before you enter the public market. So we leave Steve's card there. We come back to preparation. We reset the price markers to 5. Now, this is based on who is last on VPs, essentially. So I will actually be first now. Blue is up. And if there was a tie, it comes down. I think Steve always breaks ties. So we reveal the top of end then. So what's happening this time? So we have got Conspiracy Strikes Back. New anti-5G activists. So after adding all the customers, discard all the 5G customers. That's not very nice. I've got a phone capability of all my 5G. So, okay, we're going to have to do some investing this round. Now, we cover up that. We then discard any cards in the display which would have one of these -1s, which they haven't. And we are going to get rid of... We're going to now place a -1 on any of them. The weekly, it says there, you discard any cards of a cost of 1. So what we've got, 3, 3, 2. This one's a 1, so that's gone. We've got 3, 3, 3, 2. Oh, good. So all of these now are going to get a nice little reduction just for the 1 round, because they'll be discarded on the next round. So hopefully I can get some... Well, it's a shame, really, because I was after the camera capability, and basically we're going to refill the empty spots now. Still no camera capabilities. That's frustrating. The technological revolution for that is hindering me. Okay, so we've refilled. Add new customers then. So when you place these out, you don't cover up the actual customer part, just the previous event. So we can see now, in total, we've got 2 plus the 1, 3 green customers coming into play. We have got 4 of the regular customers. So let's go and get those ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got 3 of the complex. Now, I've got a feeling I'm going to struggle to squeeze all these in. So we turn these over. What have we got then? We got 2s. I'm just going to stack them for now, and I'll cipher through them when it's needed. Right, we've got 6s, 4s, 5s. We've got some 8s, 7 and 7. Okay, that'll do. Where are we? We've had a new customer. So over to planning then. So I'm behind slightly on profits. I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the customers. Oh dear. So these guys, what have I got? I've got 5G. I've got to remember. Take all the 5Gs off. How infuriating is that? Right, okay. That one needs 5G. Okay, just the one. Oh, this ain't looking good. Right, discarded. So we've met the event criteria. I really need some more technology to access these. I probably want to look, if I can't access the better camera, I've got 1 here for 3 stars and the sharing capability. Again, these are quite nice, but we've got some 8Ks up here. Some 8Ks on offer. Okay. Probably looking at 8K and stars. So if I can buy 2 of these, get 3 stars and 8K, and I've got these 2 in the bank, so maybe my strategy this time is to get more innovation, more technology. Price-wise... And first, maybe the 4 slot again. So I want to go down by a price. Let's have a look what damage we can do here. So quite like that side. Maybe this one. I've got 4 technology going down. Yeah, I'm going with that one. You can think for a while on this, but that's what I'm doing. Right, we then reveal Steve. So what he's up to now. So we're going to cover this part here. So he's kind of stacking his abilities for his specifications. And it says now, customers consider Steve's price to be 1 lower. So that's permanent throughout the 5 rounds now. Ouch. Now, pricing then. So I'm first. My price is, where did we say? 5 minus the 1. I am priced at 4. Steve is priced at 6, but we have to remember that, I've done it again. I'm so used to being yellow, right? So there we go. Yellow Steve, 64. His customers consider his price to be 1 lower. So actually, his net profit's impacted off that, but his customers deem his products at roughly 5. So we could sell to that customer potentially. We'll try and remember that one. Okay, so we've done pricing. Over to technology, starting with the blue player, which is me, cheapest first. This is where I'm going to shine, folks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 visible, plus these 2, 6 to acquire. Now, I know probably I'm going to be first dibs. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 customers I can quite easily attain. And I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I'm going to sell. So interesting. And probably worth investing in them anyway, whilst there's quite a few -1s. I'm quite liking this 8K. It's got no cost to it. It's got a -1, so that's 3 of my tokens. And just pop it at the bottom. So I'll spend these 2, and I've used 1 of those, so I've got 3 more. I really feel like this N symbol could be quite nice. Again, it's got no cost, so I'll spend 2 of them to acquire this one. So I've got 1 remaining. And is there anything here I can buy? Okay, that one would have been nice. I'm just going to take a progress token for the one I didn't spend. Now, I can only buy 1 of these, and as many of these as I like. So that is me done. Over to Steve. What's he up to now? He's discarding the lowest cost leftmost from this pile. So the lowest cost is what we got, 1. So he's discarding that one. We go to marketing, starting in reverse order with Steve. So he is discarding the lowest cost leftmost. So we've got a 2, 1, 3 and a 1. So he's discarding that one. And it's me, isn't it? Yeah, marketing. Reverse order. So what? I've only got the 1. And I'm not... Am I interested in your private customer price? So my private customers would consider my price too lower from now on. And I can't afford this one. Take 1 private from the deck if there's no player with lower price. So that one would give me the capability to get a regular customer each round. I'm not going to worry too much about this. I don't want to overspill the game. But what I am going to do is just spend that excess to take a regular customer private. Boom. Marketing is done. Over to production. Starting with myself. We've got 2 symbols available here. Now, why have I got 4 goods produced? I must have forgot to set these to 0. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So we've got 2 symbols there. We've got 2 symbols on my player boards, and I'm covering up 3 spots. So 7. Steve then has got equally 2 there. And his says 4 plus whatever's on the event. So he's got 6. Okay, well, there we are. We've got production done. Over to sales then. Starting off with myself, I'm adding these products on. What am I going for then? So I've got a regular customer buying up to 6. So I'm first and I've got 7. I could potentially get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And any of these ones, if I could get one of these, mate. Well... I'm going to add 8k capability. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, you'll see why now. So, costs then. I've added my technologies. I'm now working out my net profit. So my price is 4. My cost is just the 1 because there's no little dollar symbols. So net profit is 3 each time. I'm now selling. So I sell to my privates first. These guys will buy up to 6. Yeah, priced at 4. I will have 1 customer. So working my top to bottom then. Too expensive my phone is for them. Can't meet the needs. I can't meet the needs of that one or that one or that one. I can with these 3 though. So another 3 to the pile. These guys will buy my phone as well. So how many have we got here then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those will buy it for 6. I've got 1 more phone to sell. And these guys will buy it because they'll buy a phone up to 7. And I have 8k capability. So that is my 7 customers sold. Okay, what's Steve up to then? So he is selling. He's using all his free features. So anything that's free. And add up to 1 with $1 from top to bottom. So he's got a dollar symbol now. So he's got the capability for N for transferring 8k and folding phone. It still says ignore V. So we're going to ignore... The greens is what I'm assuming that means. So I'll have to research that, pop it in the comments. So what have we got then? He has got no private customers. So he's literally looking at these then. Very limited market. I got in with a lower price and I've ousted him. So not many customers left. He is priced at 6. So these are interested in his price. And he has got N capability. So he can fulfill that one. He doesn't have the stars yet, though. Okay, so we can't do those 2. So 1 customer sold. There we are. Okay, now we are over to profits. I sold the most phones, so I'm getting $8. 8 onto that's 24. Steve did participate, so he's getting 4, which is 22. Any bottom effects? I get to take 1 if I didn't sell all my goods. I did sell all 7. Receive our money, so let's see how well I got on here. So 3 net profit times the 7 sold is 21. So that is, what are we on? 43. Oh, did I move yellow before? I can't remember now. Okay. Steve's it. He's sold. Oh, I forgot to do his net profit, didn't I? Well, he was selling at 6, and he only spent 2. Yeah, because he had 1 here, and he had one of the cards with $1, so 2. Right, so we sold 1 phone at 4. Then he's gained 4 money. Okay, is that right? Yeah. There we go. So any phones we produced at the end of the round, nobody wanted to buy them. They're useless. They're in the junk pile. So we'll move these back to 0 while I remember. The customers we sold to will be discarded. Right, I'll probably play one more round. Bring these back. Bring this over here. Reset our markers so Steve is behind on the game. So he's going to be first. Blue. Okay. So that's reset the price markers. Real top of end cards. So what have we got here then? We have got more customers. Mobiles on the launch pad. So mobiles price almost reaches historic maximum. 7 is the maximum this round. So the 8s are going to be out of play. Okay. So we're going to be discarding any cards that have these -1s lurking on. So we've got a big reorganization out here. And any 1s as well are going, so that is going well. We're literally going to have loads out, which is probably what we need at this stage. So we've got fill these back up to 4. What have we got here? 4 more. And then it's 6 for the end. Now, I guess a few thoughts while I'm doing this. Having played multiplayer, I think the solo does a really good job, oddly, of mimicking what other players are doing. And I say that because you're playing your game, and unless you're high level and you're really, really thinking about what all your other opponents are doing, it just feels like randomness sometimes. They've just, they've done their thing, like, oh, right, you've done that and that. And that kind of imitates this deck really well as to the randomness of what Steve does. Keeps you on your toes, should we say. Right, we've replenished. Add new customers in. So what do we got now? We got 2, 3, 4 variety coming out. Okay, that's those 4. We have got 2, 3, 4, 5 regulars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if these decks run out, just get the discard piles and reshuffle them in. 2, 3 of these ones. Okay, let's get our prices. So we've got 3s. Right, they go bottom upwards. I'm running out of space again. All right, 2s, 2s, 2s. We've got some. I've done quite well with how the regular customers have fallen in this game. They've given me sort of security over the pricing structure I'm going for, and Steve's been wild at the moment. He's gone very high prices on his particular cars that have come out. Right, and so we have added customers over to planning. And what am I doing now? So I kind of quite like this range here. There's a lot of customers coming out in the lower price range, but net profit when you've only got a phone selling for 2 is outrageous. I'm not going to be selling. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to stick around the same price range. I've got some good capabilities now, depending on how many products I can sell. So I really could do looking at all. So 5G's in play, 8K's in play, there's stars in play. So I'm going to go and think more about 5K and 8K there. And okay, so we want to sell loads of goods this time. There's already 3 symbols available. I'm not too fussed about innovation. I probably should be focusing on some of these cards to give me maybe endgame bonuses or more money for selling to a variety of customers. There's a host of goodness in there. But this time around, I'm all about selling goods and keeping probably a similar price of about 4 maybe. So we'll go for this -1. And I am just going to cover up. So there's only 1 product there, 2 there. That's frustrating. Let's try this side. Right, that's probably the best match. Yeah, I'll try this one. Okay, So what's Steve doing now? So he's going to cover this one here. He's got a star. He's got some more capabilities. Private. Oh, he did have a consider Steve's price to be one lower last time. I don't think that came into play. They're all 8 up. So private customers consider that Steve's product have all types of capabilities. Okay. So he's up in his game now. Now his price, well, I'm first. So what did I say my price is? Start at 5. I got 2 down, 1 up, so that's 1 down. I'm pricing at 4. Steve's priced at 7. We've got to remember the event. 7 is the maximum price this round. Okie doke. So that's pricing. Technology then. Starting. Oh, I've done it again. I keep getting these colours muddled up. Steve, I'm so used to playing yellow. Right. I am first. I'm not too. I could buy something. I've got 1 there and I've got 1 here. Something up to 2. Let's go. Oh, I can't afford that one. Game end. Let's get a game end one. So this is going to give me 14 bucks at the end if I have all kinds of icons on my technology. So I think there's 5. What do I need left? I need the camera one, which is out there. Forgot about that one. I could buy that. I could buy that actually. No, I think I've been doing quite well with my strategy so far. I don't need more stuff. So, yeah, the more stuff I get, 40 money at the end. So, something to consider there. So, I'm going to pop that under in. It says game end on it to remind you. Okay, over to Steve then. So, what's he doing? Discard the lowest cost leftmost. And that's going to be one of these ones. So, lowest cost 1, leftmost. That's gone. Over to marketing. So Steve is at first. Discard the highest cost leftmost. So what we got? We got a 3. That's going. Over to me. I have got 2 symbols there. I think I'm just going to go for the 2 regular customers. I want to guarantee, because I've gone heavy on products this round. I really need to sell as many products as I can. Right. That was marketing production then with myself. So we've got 3 symbols available here. I've got 2 visible and I'm covering at 4. So I'm selling up to 9 this round. Steve has got 3 products on the events. He's got 2 on the card for production. And I got none there. Okay, that's production done. Sales, I am up first then. So creating my product. I don't think, 9, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can take advantage. That's 7. I only need to fulfill 2 more and I could probably get away with just some 8Ks if there's another 8K somewhere. Yeah, 8K and 3 stars. Maybe I might need to commit to, let's have a good look at these then. I don't really want to bring 5K onto... Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, I'm going 8K. No cost for that, and I'm going transferring because I want the stars. Okay, so I've placed down those. Now I am figuring out my net profit. So price of 4. Got a base cost down to 3. Oh, I'd love to be making more net profit. I need to increase my price. Steve's always up here. Probably should be ranging for the 5 and 6. Okay, so now let's sell. So private customers then. These guys are after 6s. They're willing to pay up to 6. Boom, I've met those. That's 2 of the 9. Work my way from here. So I don't believe... Well, none of them are going to buy off price. And they need different combinations that I've got. So none of those are buying. These guys will actually buy because it's 8K and I got 3 stars. So they will buy it. End facility, yeah, they'll actually buy it as well. They won't. So these guys will, so I better be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we are, folks. 9 in the bank. Okay, over to Steve. So, sales, all features. Wow, okay, all features. It doesn't say free features, it's all features. So, I'm assuming that just any cost, he's got it. So, let's figure out his cost then. Okay, where are we? A price of 7. Yeah, price of 7. And it's got $2 symbols, so 1, 2 down, net profit of 5. Wowzers. Right, let's see what else he can do. So he's ignoring these. That's a big shame. Customers consider his price 1 lower, so there's no 6s to take advantage of. Private customers consider that Steve's product have all types. He hasn't got any private customers. Okay, so that's it really. So what's he going to do? He's not got any of these to place out. We've got those there. Net profit we've done. So who's he selling to then? He can't sell to them. He's got no private customers. He has got 8k and up to price of 8. What's this condition? 7 is the maximum price this round. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's the price of his phone. So these guys will still buy at that. He hasn't got 5G capability. He's only got 1 star, so he can't do that. Wowza, Steve, you've only sold 1 customer. Ouch. You got some nice profit on it, though. And what else has he got? Customers, 1 low, ignore 1. Okay, right. He's been really hindered by ignore that green symbol. Hopefully I played that right. It's a big shame if I've not. But anyway, what have we got then? So we're now figuring out profits. Starting with blues, myself, getting a bonus. I've sold the most phones. We're getting 8 money. So what are we on? 43, 51. So we can now move up here. And Steve is getting 4, so 32. Have we got any things at the bottom? We have sold. That's not relevant. Okay. Receiving money. So we sold 9 times the 3. What's that? 27. So we got 28. Shift all those phones back to discard. Steve sold a measly 1 at 5. And he's on 37. Okay. That, folks, I'm going to call it there. We've played 3 rounds. Now, I am on easy. If I'd have gone hard, because you can see Steve's getting a bit of a beating here, he would have had these 2 cards to begin with. So he would have had those capabilities. The green one I'm not dead sure of, like I've already said. But, yeah, he would have had those capabilities. And by now he would have had, what, 2 more cards come out? So he would have had all this stuff he could have, sold to. His price looks like it could have gone lower. All 3 features of up to 2. So he may have become more competitive if I'd have gone in a harder game. You literally play out the 5 event cards. You will then add up your money on here. Game end ones, if you fulfilled them, add the money on and see if you can beat Steve Jr. There we are, folks. I don't really think there's a lot else to add. Just be very careful when you get to the sales phase. It's one of the trickiest sections. And yeah, just make sure you know what all these requirements are on the side as well. So a little bit of upkeep there, but not too much there. Okay, enjoy.